Hello everyone, and welcome to the Retro Cellar, where today we're going to be looking at something that's truly different than anything that we've ever looked at on this channel before. Obviously we do video games mostly, but this is actually something by the company called Rokr. It is a 3D pinball wooden puzzle, and believe it or not, it's actually functional. So once you put it together, you can actually play it. Now, Rokr also makes a bunch of other kinds of 3D wooden puzzles. They have a variety of them, like cuckoo clocks and space shuttles, typewriters, marble run machines. There's a video camera. And for the most part, you can actually use them for whatever function they're designed for, which I thought was actually a pretty neat thing. And I've had my eye on this thing for a while, but I wasn't sure I was willing to pay the total price that this thing actually goes for. But before we actually take a look at it, I was sent something by Temu that is pretty much well related to what we cover on this channel. So how about we take a look at what they sent me, which is a Galaga t-shirt. Temu sent this to me because they recognize the content that I have on this channel, that being video games. So what better theme can you get? This one is available on Temu for about $8.20. Although you can get it cheaper because they run specials and put out coupons all the time on their app. But even at $8.20, I think this is pretty much worth it. It's made out of 100% polyester, so it's kind of smooth. It's made out of like the same material that they make football jerseys out of, but not as thick, so it's not going to be as hot in the summer, especially now it's like 100 degrees out. And the good thing about it is that there's no import charges. So they also sell other shirts that are video game themed or any real theme that you might be interested in that are made out of the same material. So how about you go on to the Temu site, which I will leave a link in the video in the description, and check them out. And now we're back to our regularly scheduled program. So about the Rokr 3D pinball, you can get it on their website for $158.99. I saw it on Goodwill here and there for a while. Usually it's already a machine that's put together, and I kind of wanted to be able to do it from scratch myself. And I was lucky enough to spot one that didn't go for all that much. I got it for $49.99. Usually the put together ones or the complete ones, of which I've only ever seen one other time before, on Goodwill go for almost the same amount as just buying it new. But finally I saw it and I got it, and I decided that I would try to do a time-lapse video of me putting it together. But it would be an incredibly long video even if I did it in time-lapse. So what I did is I put together a sort of like a sped up montage to show you the process, not in great detail, but you could see some of the effort that it takes to put it together. Also, it's sort of intended for you to put it together and just leave it plain, just a plain wooden machine. But I saw on various websites while I was looking into this, and saw that a lot of people decorate it or paint it to their liking. Some of them actually do complete modifications on it. So I thought it would look better if I also painted it. So throughout this little video that I put together, you'll see a quick process of me actually painting it sort of as I went along. So how about we take a look at that, and then we will actually play it and show you what that looks like. And here is the Rokr 3D pinball. But before we play a game or two on it, how about we just take a look around it and show you some of the details involved in this. And we'll play a short game or two. This is going to be the quickest part of the video, is actually playing it. And then we'll see if this is something that you're interested in purchasing to play with and build. And just to show you the front of the machine, just show you some of the details that I put into it. I used a silver and gold acrylic paint pen to do some of these accents, and sort of did it throughout certain areas. Like this part of the ramp is also silver. This area here was painted gold, as you can see here. I don't know how well it turns up on camera, but nonetheless, those are some of the details. These are little plastic pieces. Like I was saying, they're not exactly flush with the wood on the board. So this is where the balls have a tendency to be redirected by it. And just to show you some of the details on the ramps, I thought these were actually pretty neat. I like the theme. It's a circus themed, as you could see. And it may not look horribly complicated, but it actually was to put it together. Just to show you some of the side details in the painting I did. Again, you could see the gold details that I added with the acrylic paint pens. And this is the back side of the machine. As you can see, circus themed. And again, I more or less did like accents with the paint. Rather than fill in everything, all the wood parts, I left it just so you could see that it's wood, in fact. And again, I did a lot of the gold details with the paint pens, but I thought that turned out pretty well, all things considered. And this little drawer is actually where you can store your playing balls. Problem that I think that there is with this is you place your balls up here to put into the launcher. When they drain, and through here, they're in some little reservoir in here that you have to tilt the machine in order to get it to come out. So if the next ball, because you have so many lives, obviously, and when you try to tilt the machine to the side to get another ball to pop out here for you to launch, then it'll kind of mess up your game. You'll get like some hits on the ramps or what have you, but that's a little bit of a flaw. I wish you could actually access the balls when they're in the drained part of it, but yeah, you make do with it. How do you power this, you say? Well, it does come with this cord here, which you can use a 5-volt cell phone charger brick. Doesn't come with the brick, but you can use it. Another option, this is something that I might modify in a bit. You can actually use a battery pack and power it that way, which makes it a little bit more portable than having to plug it in. So I'm thinking of a way to actually place this inside the machine and be able to charge it from outside. So that would be a neat and useful modification. Now, how about we actually power this on and play a game or two and show you how well it functions or not. So here it is, powered on, and as you can see, the ramp right up here is the one that is triggering itself. I'll watch it go. See that? And it's accumulating the points down here. So you can beat the game without even actually playing it. That's one of the issues that seems to be a problem. Eventually it sort of resolves itself. But until then, that is relatively annoying. As you can see here, e-balls do have a tendency to get stuck as well, which can be a little bit annoying. Well, that was our look at the Rokr 3D Pinball 3D wooden puzzle. So, again, I was looking forward to this for quite a long time because I was interested in it the first time I saw an ad for it. Do I think it was worth what would have been $158 if I bought it that way? I actually think it is. I thought this was going to be a difficult build because there are a lot of pieces. I mean, and some of them are actually pretty small. There was some tedious areas where there were things, little pieces of wood, fasteners and things like that are really hard to get in depending on what size hands you have. And some of the items are fragile. This little frog thing right here, that is in particularly very fragile because it's actually slotted wood that allows you to bend it. And I actually broke it trying to put it together. The good thing about what Rokr does is they recognize that some of the parts are actually fragile. So they give you spare pieces. There's actually a whole sheet of spares. And some of the pieces are actually in duplicate just in case you do break them. Although I guess you could technically glue them back together if you really had an issue with it. Some of the issues that you might have seen when we played it is it doesn't function well like 100% of the time. The balls get stuck here. They roll around a little bit when they hit these areas where the lit up stars are. It kind of redirects the ball that's going down. And they're as flush to the wood. You pop them from underneath. They're as flush to the wood as I could make it. But it still kind of redirects them. And the ramps in particular are somewhat fragile when you put them together. And there are other things in the instructions that are somewhat unclear. There's this one little piece, like right here, I don't know if you could see it, that was a pain in the butt to get in there. And if you don't put that in there right, it actually blocks the ball from shooting all the way up. And they don't give a proper instruction actually how to put it. You think it would be easy, but it's actually not. I fiddled around with this for like an hour until I eventually got it right. The wiring of it is actually pretty easy, and that went together well. Sort of held my breath when I powered it on for the first time, and it did work. However, some of these sensors, they're like infrared sensors that they have various parts of the ramps that actually calculate your points or register them. And they're extremely sensitive to motion and light. And I swear the light up here sometimes triggers this. And when I first turned it on, it just kept going and going and going until the game was completed. Apparently, when you reach the 1,000-point level, it's done. It just doesn't go in perpetuity. But despite all those little flaws and whatnot, it is still fun to play. It's still pinball. And I look at it as like a neat little piece of art. So to me, it was worth it. And getting this actually interested me in some of the other things that they sell, you know, the other puzzles. They also have a plastic dinosaur theme pinball machine that you snap together. I don't think that's available on the market yet, but it's in a Kickstarter campaign, I believe. That looks a little bit interesting, but this just seems more aesthetically pleasing than even that does. It doesn't feel cheap. So I was actually impressed by it. I think I did a good enough job decorating it. I kind of did it in a minimal sort of aspect, so you could still tell that it was wood rather than paint the whole thing. But to me, it was worth it. I don't know where I'm going to put it in particular. I mean, it's not something you put on a shelf. So that may be an issue if you don't have the shelf space for it. You know, I'm sure I'll find something. I just don't want to store it and put it away, and then all the effort that I put into it will be for naught. But anyway, that is our look at this 3D pinball machine. And please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.
La, la, la.